We navigate a world perpetually in motion, a landscape of constant change and often profound uncertainty. In this intricate dance of existence, one emotion frequently emerges as a dominant force, shaping our decisions, influencing our perceptions, and at times, paralyzing our very will: fear. It is a primal response hardwired into our biology, designed to protect us from immediate threats. Yet, in the complexities of modern life, fear often transcends its protective role, becoming a pervasive undercurrent that colors our experience. Consider the myriad forms fear takes. It manifests as the gnawing anxiety about an uncertain future, the silent dread of a health diagnosis, the crushing weight of financial instability, or the deep-seated apprehension of rejection and failure. For many, these fears are not abstract concepts, but tangible burdens felt acutely in the quiet hours of the night or during the relentless demands of the day. They can lead to a sense of isolation, a feeling of being overwhelmed, as if the walls are closing in, despite outward appearances of strength and composure. This universal human experience of fear is not new. Throughout history, civilizations and individuals alike have grappled with the unpredictable nature of life, seeking solace and stability amidst chaos. Ancient texts and philosophical traditions across cultures often speak to the human need for a secure foundation, a place of safety when the world outside feels turbulent. This concept is perhaps best encapsulated by the idea of a refuge and a defender. Let us delve into what a refuge truly signifies. A refuge is more than just a physical shelter. It is a sanctuary, a haven where one can find protection from danger, a place where the storms of life cannot penetrate. Imagine being caught in a tempest, the rain lashing down, the winds howling, lightning illuminating a perilous landscape. The instinct is to seek shelter, to find a place of safety where the elements cannot harm you. This immediate, visceral need for protection highlights the fundamental human desire for security. In a broader sense, a refuge can be a psychological state, a mental fortress, or a spiritual anchor that provides stability when external circumstances are volatile. It is the assurance that, despite the chaos, there is a core of safety, an unshakable ground beneath one's feet. We can observe this human quest for refuge in countless narratives. Take, for instance, the story of Sarah, a woman who had always prided herself on her self-reliance and her ability to navigate life's challenges independently. Her life was a testament to meticulous planning and diligent effort. However, the unexpected struck with a sudden severe illness in her family. This unforeseen crisis brought with it a mountain of medical bills, far exceeding what her insurance would cover. Each envelope that arrived felt like a physical blow, a stark reminder of the escalating financial burden. Every late-night calculation at her kitchen table ended in despair, the numbers simply refusing to align. The fear Sarah experienced was multifaceted. It wasn't merely about the money. It was about the profound fear of failing her loved ones, of losing control over a life she had so carefully constructed, and of witnessing the future she had envisioned dissolve before her eyes. She exhausted every avenue, taking on extra shifts, meticulously cutting every non-essential expense, even selling cherished possessions. Yet, the financial chasm remained. She was attempting to fight this overwhelming storm in isolation, and the weight of it was slowly but surely pulling her under. Her internal world was consumed by panic, a constant hum of anxiety that permeated every waking moment. It was in this moment of utter exhaustion and despair, staring at the ceiling one night, the silence of her home amplifying her terror, that Sarah reached a turning point. She had nowhere left to turn, no more solutions to conjure from her own strength. It was a moment of complete surrender, when she finally admitted to herself that she could not, in fact, do it alone. In that space of vulnerability, a quiet thought, almost a whisper, emerged. It was a faint memory from a childhood Sunday school lesson, a verse she had heard long ago, speaking of being covered and finding refuge. It wasn't a dramatic revelation, but a gentle invitation to release her grip on control and embrace a different kind of security. For the first time in weeks, she didn't try to solve anything. She simply closed her eyes and imagined herself in that place of profound safety. This brings us to the concept of a defender. A defender is one who steps in when you are under attack, someone who stands in the gap when you are vulnerable and facing a force stronger than yourself. In the natural world, if you were confronted by an adversary far superior in strength, your survival would depend on the intervention of a greater power. Spiritually, this is precisely the role of a divine defender. Often, fear is amplified by the insidious whispers of doubt and self-condemnation. These internal narratives, much like the external pressures, can tell us, "You are not enough. You will never succeed. You are forgotten. This is all your fault." These are the lies that seek to undermine our resolve and deepen our despair. However, the truth is that a defender actively fights on your behalf, challenging these falsehoods and confronting the forces that seek to diminish you. Sarah began to realize that her battle was not solely financial. It was also a spiritual one, a struggle against the lies that had taken root in her mind as much as against the mounting bills. The ancient texts speak of a divine promise. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. What an extraordinary assurance. It suggests that we do not always have to wield the sword. Sometimes the most powerful action is to stand in faith and allow a greater power to engage in the battle. The interplay between fear and faith is a profound one, for these two states cannot coexist in the same space. Fear looks at the storm and declares, "I am drowning." Faith, however, looks at the possibility of walking on water and asserts, "I will not sink." Fear magnifies the size of the giants before us, proclaiming, "They are too big to overcome." Faith, conversely, affirms, "My God is greater than any giant." Sarah's journey exemplified this shift. She gradually began to replace her frantic calculations and anxious ruminations with quiet moments of prayer and reflection. While she did not abandon her search for practical solutions, her spirit was no longer consumed by panic. This internal transformation allowed her to perceive small openings, unexpected acts of kindness, and a profound sense of peace that defied her challenging circumstances. When fear attempted to resurface, she would consciously remind herself of the ancient promise. "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This profound shift from fear to faith is an invitation extended to all. It is a call to lay down the heavy burdens of worry and anxiety, and, in their place, embrace a deep and abiding peace. Sarah's financial storm did not miraculously vanish overnight. The bills still needed to be paid, and the challenges remained. However, her internal world underwent a radical transformation. She discovered a new wellspring of strength, a quiet confidence that enabled her to face each new day, not with dread, but with an unshakable knowing that she was never truly alone. She was covered. She was defended. Perhaps you find yourself facing profound uncertainty about your future, or you are earnestly praying for healing in your body. Perhaps your financial foundations feel unstable, or your relationships are strained and broken. Whatever the specific nature of your struggle, the message remains constant. There is a refuge available, a mighty defender ready to stand with you. The invitation is to run to this source of strength, to find stillness amidst the storm, and to allow a greater power to fight on your behalf. In doing so, you may witness your fear gradually recede, giving way to an unshakable peace that transcends all understanding.